obviously, it's the biggest story in Australian football. The grand final is moving to Sydney for the next 3 years. You're top of the league, but if the league finished like that, you wouldn't be able to host the grand final. What was your initial reaction to the decision, and what was the players' reaction?
Look, we were briefed by the club, and we are fully supporting the decisions that our club makes, and that's probably as far as I would go, and with that. That is way beyond my pay grade to make those type of decisions. But we support our club, and we love our supporters. And I think the club is looking at all the other options that we can provide for the supporters. And we're gonna do everything in our power to be in the grand final, and not just to be, but to win it.
When you say you were briefed about the decision, Rado, when were you informed that the move was coming?
I think it was just like a day before or 2 days before the announcement. We were briefed so that it would not be surprised. Obviously everyone was expecting a lot of attention and a lot of questions being asked for the players and for everyone involved. And once we were briefed, we understand what has been done and why it has been done. Do people agree with that, or they don't agree? It's not the point. The point is that the decision has been made, and we need to do our best to get to the grand final and to win the grand final.
You see, fans have reacted to the news quite badly. There are protests planned at the Derby, both sets of actives planning to walk out at the 20th minute. Just what's your comprehension of the fans' anger and all of this and their reaction to this?
Look, we are in the entertainment industry, and we need to entertain the fans. Our fans, we love them. We love their support. And obviously we would be disappointed if that is the case, but we're going to try to do everything that we can to make, try to change their mind if that's what they have decided, and try to play the best that we can in those 20 minutes if that's how long they're going to stay, and hopefully we can have a good game and win the game. And we are doing this for as I said, for our fans, for ourselves, for our fans, for the club. But fans are the most important part of in our business, because we do everything because of them.
I'll let any of the other guys have a question about the grand final before we move on.
I guess the only one I've got is, how much of a distraction is this for you leading into what is one of the biggest games of the year outside of the finals? Like, what's it like inside the camp, or is it just, let's put it to the side and let's just focus on this week?
Look, as I said, we have been briefed about it. That page has been turned. We are not thinking about that. We try not to think about what's going to happen in 28th minute, what's going to happen in 50th minute. We just want to go out and we're going to perform, and we're going to do our best. And what happens around us, it is out of our control. As I said, we would love all of the fans to stay and support us till the end, and to celebrate at the end of the game with us. But those things are out of our control. What we control is the game, and we're going to try to do our best to win the game.
G'day, Rado. Just a couple on this issue again from me. You said that fans are the most important thing with this. The ones we've spoken to, very unhappy, and ultimately there seems to be some contradiction between, what you're saying about doing things with fans and their actual sentiment and their feelings. Can you reconcile that? And I know it's beyond your pay grade, as you say, but what do you think this says about the state of the game at the moment?
Again, I'm just a coach. I've just started my coaching here with men's. I cannot comment on anything like that. As I said, that is way beyond my pay grade. We are here to do our best on the field. We are here to prepare for the game. We are here to try to motivate the players to perform the best that we can. Anything that happens around us, it is out of our control. I can't comment on that. I would love them to stay. I would love them to support us like they did for last whatever number of years. And they've been very important part of our, evolution and of our winning and winning trophies development. But I can't comment on that, unfortunately.
Thanks for indulging us, Rado. I know it's a difficult situation. You've had great experience in Brisbane and now in Melbourne. This issue. It's certainly activated some of the fan sentiment outside Sydney, and you look at the A-League at the moment, and yourselves and some of the other Victorian clubs, they're the great A-League story in the last couple of years at least. Could you talk at least about what football culture is in Melbourne right now, and why the fans might be upset?
Look, I mean, obviously, you got three big clubs now, and with Western United entering and winning the grand final last season. Obviously, Melbourne Victory was from day one. Melbourne Heart being turned into Melbourne City, another big success story. So I think that the culture in Melbourne is great, not just from male point of view, but from female point of view as well. So I think we are producing good footballers. We are producing good football results, good football styles. So there's so much more than just to look at one game where this grand final will be played at the moment. There's so many games ahead of us, in front of us. There's so many, highs and lows that are going to happen for us and for our supporters. I think that we should concentrate more on that. Grand final is only one game, and there's no guarantee that you're going to be in that anyway. But as I said, we're going to try our best, like everyone else, to be in that game, and not just to be, but to win it. And it doesn't mean that if you are hosting the grand final, you're going to win it. So that is another thing as well.
So, Rado, obviously you've got a huge game tomorrow, the Melbourne Derby. I think Aidan O'Neill's back from suspension. What's the health and fitness of the boys?
Everyone is healthy. Everyone is fit. Obviously, our World Cup players are getting, to the normal routines and, normal training, normal 1 week training programs. We are hoping to have probably one of the strongest lineups that we had in past. Everyone is ready, and fingers crossed that nothing go wrong today. And we are ready to play tomorrow.
And you floated last week that Florin might be able to do some limited training with the main group this week. Has that been the case? And how's he tracking?
No, he's doing really well. We are very pleased. He joined in yesterday, and you could see the class. I mean, he's obviously desperate to be part of the group work, and you can see a smile on his face when he is in that area. We just going to take it a little bit slower with him for the rest of the week, and he may not train with the main group today, and then we'll bring him back in next week, and hopefully he will progress the way we are planning, and very soon he's going to be putting his hand up for the starting lineup.
And what's the messaging been like for you this week regarding the game itself? Obviously, last week, first defeat of the season against Sydney FC, Melbourne Victory, coming off a win against Macarthur. How have you been trying to pick the boys up and make sure heads don't drop up to the first defeat of the season?
Look, it's every week is the same. You first part of the week you analyze your own performance, and then you start looking at your opponent, and you start preparing towards that game. So that it's nothing new. The players were obviously a little bit down, especially after the game, on our way back. But they bounced back quite strongly yesterday. We had a very good training session on Tuesday and on Thursday. Today we'll continue with that emotional side of the players, and they should be ready for tomorrow's game.
So we saw in that A-League's All Access what the Melbourne Derby means. We've already got a glimpse behind the scenes this season. Are we going to expect any similar scenes from you to what we saw from Patrick Casnovo this week?
Look, I'm not Patrick Casnovo, so I can't tell you how I'm going to behave tomorrow. But I'm not Patrick, so I'm a little bit different to him, and you have to watch the All Access area to see how I'm going to behave.
Well, we know that the derbies themselves, they can get quite spicy, they can get quite intense, and we saw that in the first one this season. Victory were down 10 within 35 minutes. Is there any sort of different preparation from the week to week, the normal week to week stuff that goes into a derby?
No, you really. I mean, obviously, if team changes their structure, then obviously you need to try to adapt to their changes. We've seen that they've changed the way that they structure themselves on the field. So obviously we worked towards that. But you never know how they're gonna play against us. Will they play with the three up front? Will they play with wing backs? Or wingers? They'll play with the box in the midfield. We don't know that until we see their lineups, or until we see them lining up for the kickoff. One thing that you can see, they got flexibility in their team. They got quite a good experienced players that played together for some time now, and they're going to be quite confident after the MacArthur game. And I thought they were excellent. They dominated the game, and I think they're going to be quite confident from that result. So we need to be ready. It's going to be a fiery game, and we need to match their enthusiasm, and we need to even be more enthusiastic than them.
Joey touched on it a little bit before. Obviously, first loss of the season last week against Sydney. Was there anything in that you saw that was of some concern, or was it just an unfortunate case of running into a tough Sydney lineup that finally looked to be finding its groove at home?
Look, it was just maybe we made some crucial individual mistakes in those key moments. After scoring a goal, and from the kickoff we concede a goal. So obviously that's one thing that we spoke about. We spoke about how to control the game for a little bit longer period of time. We were not happy with the amount of time we kept the ball. We want to keep the ball for a little bit longer. We want to minimize the defensive game for as long as possible. We want to be on the front foot by keeping the ball for a little bit longer and be able to penetrate and play the mini game. So all those things are in plan, in process. We are working towards being better in executing them. Will it happen on tomorrow, or will it start happening from next 1 or 2 weeks? We'll see. But those things are in work in progress, and hopefully that could help us to control the game, to dominate, be relentless, and get the wins at the end of it.